I thought I figured that earlier, but I didn't. So anyways, we gave people a few more minutes to get on so that more of you could be on here and join us from the beginning. So thank you so much for your patience. So now that we're here, I just want to thank everybody again for being here. I can see all of you, and I'm so happy that all of your beautiful energy is here with us today. This is going to be a beautiful, wonderful experience. I've been getting a lot of downloads to help you all and even myself for this, so I'm really happy that all of you are here. And before we begin, for those of you who know me, most of you on here do know me, but there are some of you who do not. My name is Randina, and I am an author, speaker, and a transformational healer. And I work with women to reprogram their inner world so that their outer world can reflect their dreams and desires and what they really want from their heart. So I've been doing this work for over a decade now, a long time, and it's been such a blessing, and I've been able to spend lots and lots of hours with women at one time figuring out their inner worlds, which have led me to where I am today and why I'm so effective at what it is that I do. So you're going to experience a little taste of this tonight, and let's get going. So everyone just take a deep breath and let's get connected and just fill the space with love. So let's just set everything to the side, let go of your past, let go of your future. Nothing is real but this moment now and all the love that we are sharing with each other. Sometimes things don't start as you plan, but as long as you get back on track, they will finish even better. So that is what I anticipate for this call, as that is how life seems to work out for me. So let's do a heart-centering exercise and get all connected to each other so that we can go through this with love. I'm going to try to have us done with this at an hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes, depends on how deep we go when we get into the visualization part. So the way that it's going to go is I'm going to give your logical mind some instructions, and I'm going to give you a overview of what we're going to go through so that you can kind of set that logical mind at ease so that you know what's coming for you. First, we're going to go through the kind of instructions, and then I'm going to take you through the visualization, so you'll know what we're doing as we go. So again, just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just let everything go. Let all of the tension go. Let all of the busy thoughts in your mind go. Just be here and be present. We're going to get connected with your higher self and the infinite divine intelligence that is waiting for you to listen. So all sounds that you hear are just going to serve to help you become even more relaxed. So just begin to tune into your body. And as you do this, just say in your mind, I set my ego and my critical mind to the side for the purpose of love and light and expansion in my own life, that I may have some of the answers that I've been seeking flow through to me, that I may experience more peace, more love, more understanding in my life, and that I may look at the challenging situations in my life and understand why they are there so that I can move through them quicker. And we're going to allow the white light of divine love that's going to start coming through our soul star chakra, which is about 8 to 12 inches above your head. And this is where the seat of your soul is. This is where your higher self connection begins. And once you truly start inviting this light into your life will start miraculously shifting quicker than you have experienced before. So rather than attempting to live life and do this thing on your own, we are reconnecting with that divine light of love that is always here to assist us, that is in fact who we are. and allowing that to flow through and smooth out all of the density within our life. We are not here to do this alone. We knew that coming in. It's time to remember that we have an entire universal field of love that is here to help us on our journey, to clean up our karma, to clean up our past experiences, to clean up our inner worlds, so that we can do what we came here to do. So allowing this light to flow through the crown of your head, and as this light flows through, it's just going to relax every cell of your body, every area where there's tension. It's just going to soothe it. It's not even something that you have to consciously think of. It's just going to happen for you. Opening up your crown chakra, allowing you to receive intuitive messages, allowing you to receive the guidance that is there for you. Balancing and harmonizing this area, opening this portal for you. And as it travels in through your brain, just balancing and harmonizing all of your brain frequencies. Giving yourself permission to realize anything that may have been limiting you and let it go. Into your third eye, opening up this center, allowing you to have a clear vision for your future and a way to receive and achieve it. And from your third eye center, down through your face and the back of your neck, into your throat, opening up your channel of communication, allowing your words to be your wand. The words you speak prophesy your life. You are allowing yourself to become even more conscious of this every moment. And from your throat into your shoulders, and your back and your chest and into your heart, that center of love, opening up that space for you, releasing all that has hurt you in the past, allowing the love of divine to flow through and smooth it out. And from your heart, radiating out through your shoulders and down your arms and into your hands and out into your world. And imagine this white light of divine love is surrounding you, protecting you. You are in a comforting place. You are surrounded by love. And it is time for you to receive this. And from your heart, through all of your internal organs, your lungs, your kidneys, your pelvis, all the way through all of it. And as it expands through your solar plexus, which is about 2 inches above your navel, it balances and harmonizes this chakra, allowing you to stand confidently in your power, surrendering what no longer serves you. From your chakra down into your sacral chakra, your seat of sacred sexuality, your feminine divine power, allowing this to be opened and expressed beautifully in the world, balanced and harmonized. And from your sacral into your root, allowing you to know that you are supported, you are blessed, and you are loved. Releasing all your fears, all your worries around money, around finances, around support. Just letting all of that go. Allowing yourself to remember the truth that you are supported, you always have been supported, you always will be supported. Down into your legs and your knees and your lower legs and your feet. And down into your Earth Star Chakra, which grounds you and connects you to Mother Earth. And from that chakra, down into the center of the earth. And the earth sends back her energy up through you. You are supported from above and below, in love and in harmony. So maybe you might want to call in any guides that you may be familiar with or may not be, any guardian angels, any angelic beings that you would like to be here. I would love to always call in the Divine Mother, that feminine, divine, beautiful, creative power that is here, that is flowing through each one of us. And I would like to say a prayer for all of us. I ask that we receive the messages that we came here to receive, that we receive the healing that we came here to receive, that we allow this healing to take effect and to show in our world, and that we allow ourselves to return to the love that we are. I give myself permission to listen with my heart, and I ask that all listen with their heart, feeling into this energy and the truth that it resonates within them, and releasing all that does not and letting it go. We ask that we may be the light in the world that we seek, and that we may shed darkness away from our lives, casting it out and embodying the light, knowing that where there is light, there cannot be darkness. And every day we ask to call upon this light to flow through us and into our worlds. And we feel the love that is here for us and all around us as we shed the layers of the darkness, as we embrace the light, and we flow into love easily and gracefully, and that we know that we are always guided, that there are always light energy there, and that we are not alone. And I ask this for myself and every one of you. And we say these things in the name of love. Amen. Okay, so you can take a deep breath again, just let that all go and open your eyes. So we are going to allow ourselves to just surrender. You know, a lot of you posted in the Facebook group all of the different things that you were surrendering, and we're just going to allow that to be as though it already is, and just flow with it. So I'm going to give you some information that is going to help you understand what it is that we're doing, why we're doing it, and how it works, so that it makes more sense to you as we go through the process, and it will also be more affirmative. So it's not just an inner child healing, it's not just a visualization. It is actually very scientific, and it is reprogramming your brain, and I am going to explain to you how that actually works. So the importance of the inner child healing is more important than any of us know. It's even more important than I even knew. I really didn't understand, you know, when people say, oh, you need to heal your inner child, like previously I had no idea what that actually meant. But your inner child is actually the root, and that is what you will experience. So when you have something that happens to you in early childhood, if it's a traumatic experience and you don't even have to remember what it is, it becomes an immature expression. Now that immature expression goes into protection mode. So what it does is it causes you to live from this place, and this becomes your foundation. So a trauma is anything that still affects you from a level 6 to 10, and learned belief patterns are anything that affects you on a level 1 to 5. So what I'm going to have you do with your 3 pieces of paper, if you have them, if you don't, it's okay. I would highly recommend that you get them. So what I want you to do with each of these 3 pieces of paper is to fold them in half and get your pen ready. And as you fold them in half, just put the other 2 down, and on the one, write out an area of pain at the top. It's an area of personal pain. So if you're experiencing financial difficulty, then that would be the area of pain that you would write. If you're experiencing difficulty in your relationships or lack of relationships, then that would be the area that you write. And in this section, I want you to write out what you believe about this. So what must you believe about yourself in order for this to be a source of pain? And being that we already set our ego and our critical mind to the side, just tune in and ask your subconscious mind, whatever the first answer is, no matter how ridiculous it seems, write it down. So we're writing down the limiting belief that we have in this area about ourselves. And then after you do that, on the other two pieces of paper, you're going to do the same thing. So then you will go to the next area of pain and write out a belief that you have about yourself. So you want to ask yourself, what must I believe about myself in order to feel this way? So for example, if you're, let's just go with financial because that seems to be a lot of what people are dealing with these days. So if you are, let's say you are struggling to make ends meet, or you don't know where your next client is going to come from, or you don't know where the money that you need is going to come from. So tap into that fear, and what must you believe about yourself in order to feel that way? So it would be something along the lines of, I'm not good enough because I can't obtain the money, whatever it is. So the reason that we're writing these down in the first place is because these beliefs are going to be attached to a younger part of you. So you don't have to consciously know what younger part of you. When we go through the visualization, you're going to see that your subconscious mind will automatically bring you to that inner child that believes that. So if you're experiencing relationship pain, if you are, fighting with your ex-husband, or if you have been demeaned by any man that you've ever been in a relationship with, write down what the limiting belief, had to have been, or just the way that you felt around it. It doesn't have to be specific. So the biggest thing the most common thing that I see is the unworthiness, not good enough. Even in all the surrender lists, I mean, that I was putting a number next to each time I read that. I read somebody post that, and it was there was probably at least 20 of them. So the not good enough and unworthiness it's always the root of all your fears. It's the root of the fear of rejection. It's the root of your fear of abandonment. It's the root of your fear of your negative self-image, your fear of success, your fear of failure, your self-doubt, the guilt, the shame, the anger, all of the judgment, all of the never be perfect, all of the unworthy, all of the rejection, all of that is linked to not being good enough. And that is linked to not understanding your worth as a child. So little things that happened to you that created this. So you can just set your pieces of paper to the side. You won't need them again until the very end. And I'm just going to go through a little bit more and talk about inherited. So we have different types of beliefs. There's inherited beliefs, there's learned beliefs, there's conditioned beliefs. There's also cultural, which are learned. So what happens is it becomes when you're told that you're unworthy, when you create this feeling of unworthiness, when all of these things are happening to you, when you're punished by your parents, whether with words or whatever, if you did something wrong as a little girl and you believe that you're unworthy, this becomes your unconscious consciousness. It becomes your foundation. It's the same as if you're learning 1 + 1 = 2. You don't even have to go through the mathematical equation anymore. It's an automatic. You already know. It's there. They call it an unconscious consciousness. Your ABCs are an unconscious consciousness. There's no thinking about it. It just is. It's the same for unworthiness, not good enough. It's on autopilot, and it's your foundation. And whatever you attempt to accomplish, because you have that underlying pattern, you will not ever attain the success that you really truly want to attain, because that is the dominant majority, which is why you start getting those feelings and emotions and fears, because your subconscious mind is kicking up all of this alerting to let you know that you have all this stuff going on, and if you proceed, you're going to be hurt. If you proceed, you're going to be rejected. If you proceed, you're going to fail. So it's doing that to stop you. It's not doing that because it wants to. It's doing that to keep you safe, to protect you. So one of the most amazing stories, and actually this is fresh on my mind and it just came up, was with a conversation with a woman. I'm just going to call her Serena. So we're having a conversation, and she's talking about her dysfunctional relationship. She's telling me about her ex-abusive husband who is mentally and verbally abusive and, like, on occasion physically abusive. She's talking about her new guy who kind of has a little bit of crazy in him, and she knows it's there, but they've only been dating a few months, so the honeymoon phase hasn't worn off yet, and she's not experiencing it. And so I'm talking to her about the learned conditioned belief patterns that she has going on in her consciousness. And I'm asking her different questions to kind of invoke this and allow her to get to the root of it. So I asked her, I said, if there was one thing that you absolutely would want to fix in your life right now, what would that be? And she said, it's disciplining my son. He's getting to a point where he doesn't listen to me, and my entire family steps in, and I just feel like so out of control. Now, going from having, talking about the dysfunctional relationships to then that being your major problem, you're like, hey, how in the heck are these related? Well, the reason that they're related is because when she was a child, so I asked, before I even go into that, I asked her, I said, okay, well, tell me where you felt like this when you were a child. And instantly she said, well, I was punished as a child with excuse me, I was punished as a child, physically punished as a child, and I wasn't able to do anything. I always felt out of control and out of power, and people, and that's just what it was. It's cultural. It's just the way it is. That's how it goes. And so she's come to this understanding that that is just the way that it is. But at the same time, even though her rational mind, her adult mind is like, that's just the way that they did things. That was my culture. That's how it was. That little girl that is inside of her doesn't view it that way, views it as a powerless. And what happens is anytime she gets into these situations, it triggers her. And it triggers her and it triggers her, and she feels out of control, and she goes into this state of anxiety. It's the same thing for everybody. Even one of my clients, Ashley, she was an aspiring actress, and her mom would always downplay her when she was a little girl. She wasn't able to fully be herself and come out of the closet, so to speak, and just be this actress that she wanted to be. And so as we're going through this and we're pinpointing that that's the root of it, going through and healing that not only transformed her relationship with her mother, but now she's landing major roles. So this internal work, the reason that I told you this story in the first story is to let you know that everything in your life is correlated. Just because it's a different section, a different relationship, or a different financial situation, everything is related. It's like a huge pie, and you're the center of it. And what's creating it is those patterns that were learned in early childhood, because they are your foundation, and you just keep going and affirming and affirming and affirming. And before you know it, you have 1 + 1 = 2 that you don't even need to run through in your mind. It just is. So one of the things that I'm hoping to help you with tonight is to go through this and undo all of this learned conditioning, so that you can start to really see the truth of who you are without all these learned patterns in your brain that isn't just allowing you to see. So then the next part to this is the energy portion of it. We are all energy. Our energy creates our reality, and we hold energy in our fields and our bodies. It's kind of like when you go and get a massage and you're triggered with random memories. It's because we have cell memory and genetic memory and ancestral memory, and then we also have maternal and paternal memory. So children take on the energy in an attempt to heal their parents, especially if you have a mom that was sort of depressed or didn't feel good about herself. We are sentient beings, and so as children we attempt to heal this, and we'll try to take that all on, and then it becomes part of our patterning. So from the ages of 0 to 9, the patterns of I am the cause are created. So if you experience divorce or punishment, you will come to the conclusion that you're bad, that something is wrong with you. I know for me, when my parents were getting a divorce, even though I wanted them to because they were just completely out of control, I still felt like it was my fault because I'd wished it. And so that really affected me, and I thought that I destroyed my family, even though it had absolutely nothing to do with me. It was completely affecting my life and everything, and I didn't even know. So when you have that internal voice of something being wrong with you, it is going to affect everything that you do, especially the not good enough. I mean, how many times were you taken to a mirror to be shown how amazing you are? How many compliments did you receive that were heart-centered compliments? How many times, were you able to express your beautiful, sacred uniqueness and just dance around with nobody trying to shame you or dull your light in your life? Even, in your early childhood, it's very rare, and it's because how could our parents do that for us? They couldn't do that for themselves. So this is one of the reasons why it is your foundation. And if you really think about it, your inner world is reflected in your outer world. You can see what you believe by looking at your outer world, and it does make sense when you can understand it. the results that you're experiencing are from this. So what we are here to do is to kind of change our broadcast, because everything that we are inadvertently touching and what we're talking about and what we're teaching about is coming from the patterns that we have inside, and whatever is our broadcast. So the broadcast is what you're sending out to the universe, that energy that you're sending out, which is bringing you back into your experiences. And the struggle that you experience when you're I can do it, I can't. You know, when something new comes to your life, you get really excited. You're like, yes, I can do this. I'm going to do it, and you start doing really, really good. And then all of a sudden, your sales plummet, or all of a sudden your relationship takes, you know, a turn for the south. It's because that whole momentum was stunted the minute that you got into it. Your subconscious mind kicked in, and if you pay very close attention, you can see that it's all those limiting thoughts, those limiting beliefs that are just constantly eating away at you. There's also another aspect to this whole thing, is that there is a human and a spirit side of us. So the human and the spirit side of us is perfectly designed and is very unique for our own individual life purpose, and it's exactly why you are here. You know, the information that you're attracting into your life is the answer to your question. Whenever you have a question, you have to have an answer. So the solution to this that I have found, it comes into the divine effect, and you are going to experience a little piece of this tonight. So it's very scientific and metaphysical, and it is completely divine love. And so the reason that it works is not only the scientific part of it, reprogramming your brain, but also because we all know inherently that there is something greater than us. I mean, even within each one of our cells, there's a light force that flows through, that heals our bodies. We know that there is something greater than us. And when we really tap into that, and we are kind of in a trance state, and you allow that to take over, your subconscious mind can be reprogrammed. So how it works is the subconscious mind, it kind of is the storehouse of everything that you've ever experienced over any lifetime, and it will pull on anything that you need in that moment. So when we are able to tap into that using not only the conscious mind but the light of the divine, you really can make some changes. So our memories are malleable. Like, I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but we can literally rewrite our memories, because we only have to remember 40 to 60% of actual truth. All the rest of it is you're able to replace it, which is why when you're in, when we go in and we do this inner child healing work, you're going to see it, and also why you had such a profound feeling with the mirror higher self visualization that we have done previously, because you can really go in there and change a memory. It frees you from karmic experiences, because it heals guilt, it heals shame, it heals rejection, it heals all of this. And so the science part of it is that there is a Gestalt principle, which means that when an event occurs, your brain will then create the file for all of those like events. So everything that happened to you that was similar to that will be chain linked together, and you can root it all the way back to the source. And it creates a more firm, solid neural net running operating system in your brain, so that when let's say you get into a new relationship, but you've been wounded from relationships before, that whole chain link of events will begin to be activated, and you'll start remembering all the things that happen, and then you'll self-sabotage. It's the same thing in launching a business. If you've ever failed out of business, it does the same thing to you to keep you safe. So when we go back to change the root memory to love, everything else changes. You change, your life change, your broadcast changes. So clients who struggled with money, this is why, because we're able to change their memories and their operating system, they were immediately able to manifest money. I mean, women who couldn't conceive babies were able to conceive babies. I had one of my clients within 1 week after a session, she was pregnant. Another one of my clients, it was a couple of months, but she still was able to manifest a baby before she wasn't. So also women who experienced dysfunctional relationships were able to manifest their true love, their soul-aligned spirit partner. And health issues, they were immediately having healings. I healed Bell's palsy in one session. So it's not that I'm just like this great, amazing, magical person. I mean, that's part of it, but it's not the entire. I mean, we are all great magical people. But it is because of this channeling of this higher force of energy that you can feel when you open up to it, which is why in the beginning of this call, I opened us all up, and I'm hoping that you do this for yourself on a day-to-day basis. So this is also another reason why split personality is because the power of your mind. If you've ever read any studies about split personalities, you know that when a person has multiple personalities and they go from one personality to the next personality, their colors of their eyes will change, their genetic disposition to diseases changes, their freckles will form. I mean, it is phenomenal, but the power of the mind is the power of everything. And when you can connect your mind to this higher self of you and have that on a conscious day-to-day basis, your life truly does become miraculous. So I wanted to share that little bit of background for you so that you can kind of understand what we're doing and that it isn't just another visualization. It is really changing the patterns in your brain. Okay, so everyone take a deep breath, and if you need to take a second and grab a drink of water, go ahead and do that now. That was a lot of information. A lot of it you've already heard and you already know, just said in a different way. Just allow yourself to really receive whatever way that you were meant to receive that. Okay, so we're going to go into the visualization. I'm going to give you a few more seconds. Okay. So I'm going to have everybody take a deep breath again. And get centered in your body. And close your eyes. And just let go of everything that I just talked about. And allow your body to relax. Allow the light of the divine that was flowing through earlier to just be reactivated. And even have it act as a channel to release any density. And as we go through this, to just transmute it, transcend it to light and love. And give yourself permission to release any and all energy that flows through that you no longer wish to experience or have within your being and your body. Just let it go through this channel to be transcended and transmuted. And you can again call in any angels, any guides, any ascended masters, your higher self. And just tune into the heart, love, soul essence of you. And we're going to call upon that energy to make itself known now. And just allow any energetic attachments to just fall away. And give yourself permission to open to the woman that you truly are inside. The light of your soul. The light of love that is you. So just imagine a white light that's really bright that you're encapsulated in, along with the loving angels that are here with you to guide you on this journey. This is going to be sort of a timeline journey that we go on. And as we go, just follow the instructions and the guidance, and you'll flow through, connecting even stronger and deeper into your higher self. And feel your higher self come in through you and act as a guide to take you on this journey. And see what you would see, hear what you would hear, and feel what you would feel. Allowing yourself to relax even deeper, allowing any sounds or noises coming from the external to help you to go even deeper. And as we're in the presence of these angels and your highest self as a guide, the woman you truly are, who is you, imagine this white light fading into a scene. And you are in a hospital room. And you can see your mother holding you as a baby. See what you would see the surroundings, feel how you would feel, and hear what you would hear. And this is a calm and peaceful moment. That's right. And go over to that little baby that is you and hold her in your arms. And look her in the eyes and tell her how much you love her. That you love her so much and that she's here to do amazing things. And with as much love you can feel in your heart, sending it out to her, surrounding her, flowing her, all of this energy of love. And ask the angels to protect her in her life, to show up for her when she needs them, and to be there to guide her on her journey. And after you have given this little baby version of you all of the love from your heart, give her a kiss and hand her back to your mom. And take a step back, and the white light engulfs you again with your angels and your higher self. And as we continue on this journey, ask your guides who are in contact with your subconscious mind to show you the first little girl who is crying out. In early childhood, that little girl you who was hurting and crying. And as the light fades, you see her there alone, crying and upset, seeing what you see, feeling what you feel, and hearing what you hear. And along with your guardian angel, walk over to her and kneel down beside her and hold her in your arms. Give her all the love that she needs, blessing her, holding her. And as she begins to stop crying, just imagine that she looks up at you. And this is your moment to tell her how much she means to you, how much you love her, how much she means in your life. And tell her that you're there to protect her and to love her and to flow with her. And ask the angels for an angelic healing for her. So just imagine that a pink light and a green light of love and healing flows through her, all the way around her, healing all of those feelings of unworthiness, not good enough, sadness, and returning her to the truth of who she really is, the truth of who you really are, a beautiful, magnificent, sentient being. And feel the light engulf the both of you. And allow the angels to tend to her. And your guardian angel walks over to you and tells you it's time to go on to the next. You agree, knowing that your inner child is loved. And as you travel through your timeline, ask your subconscious mind to show you the adolescent version of you in your teenage years, maybe at a difficult point in time, maybe at a time when you felt shut out, unwanted, unloved. And as you see this early adolescent you standing there, sad and alone, go to her and hug her and love her and tell her that you're there for you. You're there for you. You're there for you. Even if there's a little resistance or if it's free-flowing, just flow the energy. The angelic realm flows in their energy to support you in this. Surrounding you and filling you with the light of truth, the light of love, the light that is you. Letting go of all of rejection, all of unworthiness, all self-doubt. And returning you to the truth of who you really are. Love and light. A beautiful being. And as you love her, tell her to let go of any guilt, any shame, any fear, any anger that she has. And that you are there to love her. That you know how she feels. And that you're sorry that she experienced what she did. But you're there to heal her. And imagine the white, pink, and green light flowing through her, flowing through you, balancing and harmonizing, stabilizing all energy with the light of love. Flowing, flowing, flowing this light of truth, this light of your soul, this light of knowing through her and through you. And as she continues to receive this angelic light, your guardian angel comes over to you once again and tells you it is time to go. Your guardian angel takes you down your timeline to another you, a young adult you. And ask your subconscious mind to show you this young adult you, who needs love, who's crying out, who may be afraid. And as you see her, feel what you would feel. Walk over to her and make connection. Tell her who you are and what you are there to do. And ask the angels to flow their light of love through her, through you. And you hug her and you hold her and you tell her that she is not alone, that she is supported, that she is loved, that the angels are always with her. Just releasing any resistance, any fear, any challenges. Allowing her to fully collapse in your arms and feel the love that you are for her. And imagine the purple light, the green light, the pink light, and the white light flowing through all of you, awakening you, awakening her to the truth of who she is, to the truth of love as source, light, and protection, to balance. And imagine the angels surrounding the two of you, filling you both with love and light energy, smoothing out and flowing out any density, any resistance, any fear, any self-judgment, any and all rejection, any and all abandonment, and returning you to the truth of divine love, the truth of who you really are, an angelic being in human form, a light for others, a beautiful smile that lights up a room, the comfort that a child needs, the heart that can radiate throughout the world, the love that we all need. Just feel this loving space. Feel it healing any internal wounds. Feel it healing any discrepancies in your energy, allowing it to smooth out your life, allowing you to know who you truly are, the love that radiates from your eyes. And your guardian angel once again calls you over and fills you with love and has you turn around and look at the three versions of you: the little girl you, the adolescent you, and the young adult you, all standing there, filled with love. And you walk over to these three parts of you, and you all embrace in love and light. And the energy of love and light surrounds all of you. And you ask these parts of you if they would like to be free, to go and play with the angels. And they agree. And you see them flowing off, knowing their love for you is in your heart. Their love for you is in you. And your love for them is in you. Allowing this love to flow through your reality and everything you do, and to remember this. And we thank your guardian angels, and we thank your ascended masters, and we thank all of the beings that are here to help in the ascension of the world and help in the healing of you and your inner world. And the light of love that's on the planet right now, that is here to heal all of us and to take us out of the healing journey of getting stuck, and to guide us into the light, and to teach us to be conscious and aware of our inner worlds so that we can create a beautiful outer world, and to see everywhere that we are already doing this. Everywhere we're already living in love. Everywhere we're already loving ourselves. And to feel the love that this is. And we thank them. And we allow this scene to fade out as we come back into our body. And taking a deep breath. And allowing that to all go. So feeling into your body, coming back into your surroundings, kind of open your eyes, maybe stretch out your arms. So what I'm going to have you do in a moment, I kind of want to talk to Sam and Cindy and see how they feel, and then I'm going to tell you what to do with your list in 1 second, but let me unmute Sam. Sam, are you there?
I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
How do you feel?
Awesome. Just like last time. This is great. Oh, much needed. Love it, love it. I mean, how can you not feel amazing after something like this? You know, it's so great. I said, as soon as I was just like, you said you're going to unmute me, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, man, how is Cindy going to do her call tonight?
I know. When she told me this morning that she had a 7 o'clock, I was like, people are probably going to kind of be a little out of it.
I know. But this was great. I'm telling you, I just, the whole time, it wasn't even just about me. Like, I could feel the energy from so many other women, and just knowing that this was a much needed call for so many people that we love. This was wonderful. I love you for this so much. I love you for so many reasons, but this was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I love you too. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Cindy now. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
How do you feel?
Well, I feel when I opened my eyes, I didn't realize that my eyelashes were just filled up with tears. And, it was, I think the biggest thing was immediately when I was holding myself as a baby and, and just saying, your life is just about to begin, and, and you are so loved, and, that kind of thing. And then just kind of rewriting, from then on. And so no, it was pretty incredible. It was really, really good. And I'm hoping everybody just is going to spend some time with this. The papers were a little confusing for me in the beginning, and I don't think it really matters. It doesn't have to be perfect. But, writing down the things that were the areas of pain, and then just kind of digging deep to find out where the self-limiting beliefs are, so that you can really go back and rewrite that memory and erase those lies, And what's interesting is that when we went into this and you started talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, my call that I'm going to be having tonight is going to be like the non-metaphysical version of exactly what you're saying. And I'm like, but it's going to be kind of aggressive because there's going to be like more, there's going to be everybody on there, men too. And I'm thinking, man, I should have seen if I could have done my call yesterday. And then tonight, and that would have been aggressive stuff, about, are you living your dreams, and things like that. And then tonight would be the whole nurturing, wonderful end of it. But, overall, it was really, really good. And guys listening in on the line, this is just a tiny little drop in the bucket of, the work that Randina does, but this is the start of it too. You have to rewrite the lies that have become mechanical, that you don't even know, are in there. You have to rewrite those messages that don't serve you and that are underlying, and you don't even realize that they're way down deep and stuff. So beautiful. Thank you so much. I love you.
You're welcome. I love you too. Okay, so let's go back to your papers. So there actually was a divinely planned purpose for the confusion on the writing of the beliefs in the first place. So when your subconscious mind and when you're confused, it creates an opening, right? So you don't have a solid answer for something; it creates an opening. So what I wanted you to do was just touch on the pain, so it was kind of there, and then create a little bit of confusion, so that we could actually get in and begin to work with the subconscious mind, which it seems that it did work beautifully. So, going back to your list now, I want you to look at it again, and ask yourself how you feel about what you wrote. You know, look at what you had to believe about yourself, or whatever it was that you wrote, and ask yourself, is this true? And see how it feels for you. Like, is it still as intense as it was when you first wrote it, or is it, come down notches and notches? So I know for me, it always comes down. Sometimes it completely disappears. So I wanted you to use that really as a gauge, so that you could see the actual change that you did, because it really does take a lot on your part for you to allow this change to occur. So a lot of times people are afraid of success, or afraid of what they'll become if they do this work. And believe it or not, you overcame one of those barriers by being so open and doing this and going on this journey of self-healing. So that really is a good sign, because when you can cross that threshold, then you can allow success to come into your life, and you will be more comfortable in it, especially if you know in your heart that you are worthy of it. So what I want you to do also with this list is just cross out what was there before, and now write the truth on the other half of the piece of paper. Do it on all three of them, because the subconscious mind learns by writing also. So if you cross it out, you're declaring that it is gone, and then writing out the truth of who you are. And then looking at that and asking yourself, how is this already true? Like, where in your life are you already experiencing this? Because somewhere in your life you're experiencing what it is that you truly desire, or you wouldn't even know to have a desire for it. Maybe it's little inklings, maybe it's a little bit, but somewhere you got the inspiration that this is what you wanted to experience. So now we're going to future pace, because now that all this has been cleared out and you know who you truly are, how different do you think your life is going to be now that you feel more whole than you did before? So maybe think of something that's coming up, maybe a deadline you have to meet, or a sales quota. And maybe close your eyes and see yourself as the new you dealing with the situation, and see how different that would be. So as you play out these mind movies, you're actually creating this scenario. So let's create a mind movie of a positive one. So whatever is coming up next for you, something that you have to do, to see yourself as the version that you truly are, the loving, beautiful version that is you, dealing with this situation. Like, play it out in your mind. And feel into that. And then open your eyes and know in your heart that that is going to occur. So I wanted to quote A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles says, "Miracles rearrange perception and release you from all lack and isolation." So when you practice tuning into this higher frequency, into this divine love, that the light that is you, that is all around us, that is creating the planets, that's creating the plants, that's creating every living thing, that is coursing through your veins. When you tune into this, you create miracles in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. The key is to trusting in the universe's plan and to let go of the outcome. So you've done the inner work, and allow what you desire to come up. And if you go through your life and your dreams and desires seem like they're not coming through and you're being triggered, pay attention to those triggers. Root them back to where they came from and dissolve them with love and replace them with the truth. So I even go through my day and I will surrender whatever it is that I no longer need. Like one of the things that I remember I was working on the other day was I was in my kitchen and I was stretching, and I have this quote on my wall that's taped to my wall, and it says, "You serve a God who loves to bless you abundantly." And immediately my inner self was like, "No, you don't. No, he doesn't." So I had to stop. It wasn't strong, but it was there. And so I was like, okay, so I don't really believe that. How can I release this? So then I just stop what I'm doing and I say, I surrender the no and embrace the yes. I surrender the no and I embrace the yes. From the core of my being, from the roots of my origins, throughout all that I am, throughout all that is. And then I go back in and check. You serve a God who loves to bless you abundantly, yes. So it's little things like that. And that shift alone created openings in my world that I could never even have imagined. Okay, so I trust that you were impacted by this and that you feel the love of the divine and the love that it has for you. Now, go spread your love and light to all who cross your path, because that's really what it's about, is filling yourself up so that we can fill other people's up too. So I send love and light to all of you. I thank you for being on this call, even through the hiccups that we experienced from the beginning. So thank you all. I send you so much love. I hope that you share this with anybody you know who needs it. And you re-listen to it as you need. You can do this again and again, and it will be different every time. I will be posting the recording of this as soon as I have it uploaded and edited and all of that stuff that needs to happen before I can release it. So again, have a beautiful night, and I will talk to you all soon.